There's a computer. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Monday Night Wellness Stories. I'm Sherry Danzig, and I'm excited, as I always am, to have some great people sharing some great stories. This tonight is not about explaining technologies. We have some very cool, interesting technologies that are based on the science of feeling our very best, all inspired by Mother Nature. This is a company, Nikken, that's been around for pushing 50 years, not quite there, but almost. So they're a company that is based on research and development of simple ways, effective ways to naturally boost your health in so many fabulous ways. So tonight you're going to hear some great stories. If you're listening to this recorded and we talk about something and you don't understand, just ask the person that invited you and they'll fill in the gaps. We're here every Monday night sharing great stories. And I really think this is the sweetest part, is to be able to share a story, hear a story about how these products have made such an impact in lives. So first we're going to hear Shirley, and you're going to share a story, I believe, from a customer from this past weekend when you had a event in your home. Take it away.
Yes, I have we've been friends for a long time, and I've been asking her to come to one of the presentations. So I called her and she said I will be there. She came, I did the strength test with her with the insoles, and she was like, wait a minute, do that again. Then I did it again. And then I told her, I said, let me put the knee wrap on you. Her knee was bothering her. Put the knee wrap on her. And then she had a problem with her arm, and I rubbed some CM cream. Well, before she left my house, she was like, I'm feeling pretty good. She said the test is going to be if my arm is not hurting me when I wake up in the morning. Well, she called me Sunday morning. She said, Shirley, my arm is not hurting me. She said, I'm going to have to tell everybody about these products. She is so excited. She even actually texted me today, and she said, I need to tell my daughter, my sister. She wants to do the strength test with everybody. So she told me, I'm going to bring my daughter over to your house. So she is so excited about the product. The products do work.
That's amazing. Yeah, I bet we all know, I don't know, 10, 20, 100 people that would like to have more energy and feel better, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cynthia, you've got a story about a customer as well.
Yes, last week I had a customer appreciation, and the young man, he came and he had problems with his knees, and I put the knee wrap on him, and he looked like he's about in his 70s. He started walking better. He did order the knee wrap, and he told my sister he wants to order another one. So yes, the products does work.
And that was pretty quick. It sounds like the results were, he noticed.
Yes, the results was real quick.
Yeah. Not always that way, but it's fun when it is. It's fun when people can see a difference that quickly, and that oftentimes happens. That oftentimes happens. Thank you, Cynthia. Norma, you've got a story.
Yes, mine's going to be about my husband. I've got a lot of stories, but I'll stick with one. He broke a lot of ribs. He had a tractor pull over on him, and normally those have long-term challenges. Well, he was in a hospital, and I didn't ask permission. I just took one of our pillowcases to him and wrapped it around his chest while he was in there. That after the second day, he was not taking anything except using that pillowcase for comfort, and he was back in the pasture mowing within a month. So that's one of my favorite products is the pillowcase, and I don't put a pillow necessarily in there. I just use it like a baby blanket and wrap it around. So good stuff.
I love that, Norma.
Okay.
And that really does speak to how versatile our products are, and how many of us will say that we're creating a wellness first aid kit with all of these products, because you can carry them with you. You don't want to be without them. Okay, Mr. Mike DiMuccio, please share.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, talk about fast working. If you haven't seen the video that I did with my daughter, check it out on YouTube, and or on TikTok. There's 50,000 views of this thing already. I'm sure you can get it from somebody who invited you to the call. Anyway, and we're talking about random strangers in the street that we were just pulling off and saying, hey, would you mind? And you can see the demos. Those are real. They're live. They were not rehearsed and they were not edited. They were just simply what they were. Anyways, so my story with Nikken begins with a product experience. I was invited to a friend's house because he knew that I had been suffering with a lower back issue since a car injury almost a year and a half prior. I had been going through physiotherapy, chiropractic care, and massage therapy for that whole year and a half. And I was in somebody's office every other day for that time period, and nothing, and I mean nothing, brought relief. I suffered every day. At that time, I was working as an electrician, so a lot of very physical work, drills over your head, pulling wires and so forth. That's a lot of physical work. So I didn't come home a single day without being absolutely flat on my back. In fact, the only time I got relief was when my younger brother would stand on my lower back with his full body weight and just move around. And it was that, I know you all can relate to this, that hurt so good feeling that it just, but it actually felt better. That was the only time I actually got relief in the day. Sleeping was problematic. Shopping, going to a mall was problematic. Sitting in a movie theater was problematic because once it would act up, there was just no relief. It was like having that dull feeling, that aching feeling constantly. So when I got a phone call from a friend and said, hey, I think I might have found something that can help you, I was like, sure, whatever. He lived about 10 minutes away, so it was not a big deal for me to jump in the car and go visit my friend. Anyway, I got into his living room and he showed me something which was quite literally the size of a credit card. The word Nikken on one side of it, on the gold foil, and the other side fabric. And he said, well, they say put it on where it hurts. So that's what we did. I tucked this little tiny thing into my pants. Remember, I've been physio, chiro, massage there. They'd used every type of contraption there is to be used on me, and nothing really helped. Only very, very short relief. So this little thing, this little tiny magnet on my back, I was not expecting much. Anyway, we watched a video because he said I will learn more about it watching this video. By the end of the video, I noticed that my back wasn't hurting. And I thought, that's crazy. That's impossible. Now, as an aerospace engineer, my background, I knew that there was something to it because it's physics. And so when I took this item home and gave my father the product to try, because he had been suffering as well, he was not able to walk without a limp. And this was, again, also due to a back injury from working in a factory. In 2 nights of having this thing over the small of his back, he went from a guy who was like a 90-year-old who could barely walk, limping around the house, to a person who had full range of motion and just normal again, just walking normal and smile on his face. Now, the story ends really interesting because after he told me of how he felt at work on the phone, 2 hours later, he called me back and said, do you think you could get some more of these things? I've got some friends at work that want to buy them. And that was the Roadrunner, the boom, the light bulb over the head, like, this is going to be huge. So I joined.
Wow. Wow. And I have to say, before we wrap this up, that is exactly the reason that I was brought into this business, because I am a massage therapist and I'd been practicing for about 8 years. And I did get relief from massage, and it would last about 2 days. And then by the following week, when I was ready to get my next massage, I was hurting again. So the beauty of these products is that you get to take them home. You get to use them all the time. And, I had many marriage proposals, like, come home with me, as a massage therapist, like they thought I was going to give a massage. They should talk to my husband. It doesn't work that way. So to have products that you can wear, sleep on, sit on, stand on, and so forth, and use them passively, that have this kind of power and impact, it's incredible. And that's really the simplicity of how these products work and are so incredibly effective. Well, that is all for tonight. I love that we get to tell these stories short and sweet. You heard some great stories. You'll hear some great ones. Come back next Monday night. Be sure to share the stories and be sure to share that we do this and invite your friends and people that are taking a look at Nikken. Who doesn't want to feel better? Who doesn't want to have their youth returned in some respect from, feeling better? So it doesn't need to be a secret. This is a well-kept secret that we want to share with the world. So thank you all. Have a great night.